be the first championship for head coach Charlie Wade. Was in the finals in 2019. Championship point. Garcia Fernandez, number 5, says not yet with his 12th kill.
I'm going to Rado. He's on the left. You're in row 1. Send him out with a bang.
Exactly. Closing out his career, the National Player of the Year, 3-time All-American for Hawaii.
Or Colton. He's been there 6 years. He's on the right. There's not a bad choice in the front row.
For the championship. Off the edge of the block and down, and Hawaii has won it. A sweep over BYU.
Coming in, BYU had the slight advantage. I thought we were in for an outstanding match. Instead, what we got was full throttle Hawaii. If Rado Parapunov played well, it was going to be Hawaii's match to lose. Well, he was exceptional. 357, 3 aces, 2 blocks, 13 kills, worthy of a national title.
Just a tremendous, tremendous performance for Hawaii. They win the national championship here in Columbus. You got a feel for BYU. You want to play your best when your best is required, and Hawaii was just too much for them, particularly on this occasion. I agree with you, Kevin. I had BYU with a very, very slight advantage, but Hawaii just took them out. 3 straight sets made it look easy.
Lefty service. 7 aces from the pair of lefties, Jakob Tele and Rado Parapunov. They do not have that level of lefty in the MPSF. Grand Canyon University has lefty. That's it. There are no more. They had not seen that level of service. They knew it. They had not seen it, certainly from a lefty.
Championship point once again. The gas man off the edge of the block, and the celebration is on. 25-21, 25-19, 25-16. Dominant performance by Hawaii.
I don't know who's getting MVP. I would put Pat Gassman up there for his semifinal and his final performance, because he checked in, didn't get that many opportunities here, but he's 7 of 11 with 2 blocks. Add that to what he did in the semifinal. It's a strong case for a middle to be most valuable player. Congratulations once again to the University of Hawaii, our national champions for 2021 in men's volleyball. We'll step aside momentarily. We'll be back with the trophy presentation and to talk to some of the Rainbow Warriors. They are now the champions. Award ceremony for an outstanding championship tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. At this time, we would like to acknowledge those who have been named to the 2021 National Collegiate Men's Volleyball Championship All-Tournament Team. The members of the All-Tournament Team are from UCSB Casey, Illinois. From Lewis University, Tyler Mitchell. From Brigham Young University, Will Stanley. From Brigham Young University, Yanni Garcia Fernandez. From the University of Hawaii, Patrick Gassman.
in straight sets. The top-seeded Hawaii Rainbow Warriors all over the second-seeded BYU Cougars in dominant and stunning fashion. Expected the potential of a classic, Kevin, and what it was an unbelievable classic performance in every phase of the game by the winners from Hawaii.
#1 team during the season, lost in their conference semifinals. Some questions for me about whether they should be the #1 seed. Their claim was they had only lost once. So the best way to do it is to face the #2 in the championship match and absolutely dominate. A service line performance that will be talked about for a long time. 10 aces on 11 errors. What's even more, that's about 9 aces on 6 errors, because remember they were 1 ace on 5 early on and then absolutely went off with a variety of people from the service line, but mostly their lefties. Rado Parapunov, who picks up MVP honors for head coach Charlie Wade, and also their setter, Jakob Tele.
And you look at BYU on the other side, 2 aces. But you've got to think about how great, not good, and I don't use that word hardly ever, how great Cal, Galloway, and Worsley were in receive. BYU was trying to put pressure on Hawaii, but those 3 receivers were just outstanding all night long, and they dominated BYU in the serve and receive phase, and then everything builds off of that.
Yeah, and Chaz Galloway. Here's a kid who played last year, but he's back again this year. Sophomore season, effectively 6 of 9, 667, no errors, no blocks, and dug 5 balls, got a big stuff block, and he was served a number of balls up to the task.
And really good defensively playing center field in area in 6. And Guilherme Vos, 6 of 9. The gas man, Patrick Gassman, in his final match for Hawaii, 7 of 11. Over the last 4 matches, Gassman has hit just under 580. UC Irvine,
and a grip of blocks too.
UC San Diego, UCSB, and now here in the championship match. You think he draws some attention?
Well, here's the bottom line. If you win a match like this against a team like BYU, everyone played well. And that's the case. A lot of good performances for Hawaii, great performances by Hawaii to deliver this championship.
And what can't be overlooked, Kevin, is how good BYU is. They did not play well tonight, but I think that was all about the Rainbow Warriors, how exceptional they were in every phase of the game, and obviously a very disappointed Sean Olmstead, looking for the first championship since 2004 for BYU. They'll finish the season at 20-4, but Hawaii was just that good.
Yeah, they were the best team in the best conference this year.
Yeah.
The MPSF, fine, but it wasn't the dominant conference. I think Big West was better top to bottom, and Hawaii had been quite dominant until that semifinal fluke against UC San Diego, who is a quality team.
Rado Parapunov, 13 kills on 28 swings, 3 aces, 7 digs, a couple of blocks. He was chosen the championship's most outstanding player. Congratulations to him, and putting a crowning moment on a magnificent career. 3-time All-American for Hawaii. There's the second place trophy being awarded to Will Stanley, the outstanding senior graduate setter for BYU.
BYU's getting sick of those.
Yeah. Third time.
Yeah.
16, 17, and 21, and all 3 of them were 3-sets-to-none sweeps.
And all 3 of them featured passing problems for the Cougars.
And going back to Ohio State dominated the serve and receive battle in those championships in 16, 17.
Scherzen and Johnson. Don't forget Miles Johnson. He was also ripping from the service line. That team offered a lot of heat. Blake Leeson on that group. He was in stadium tonight to watch this championship match. Hawaii really did a number on it from the service line, but also, as you mentioned, in their own reception. And they put away every ball they had to. You get a free ball to Hawaii, they were putting it away. Soft touch turns. I was totally impressed with the performance of the Rainbow Warriors. No word on whether they'll be going to Champions League next year.
Individual awards now being passed out to the champions. Jakob Telle, the 6'6" sophomore from Norway, had a little bit of a off patch, but we're really nitpicking, right?
He was playing with it because they had a huge lead in the second set. So he was trying to do a couple things.
Exactly.
That was about the only moment in the semis or the finals where he wasn't making excellent choices, turning on some balls himself, locating it well. A fine performance by Jakob.
Telle, 36 assists, but more importantly, his team hits 488.
When a team hits 488, wow. It's not just the hitters.
Wow. The receivers were good, but Telle was spectacular. And as you pointed out, the left-handed servers, you look at Telle, he had 4 aces. Rado Karapunov had 3. Just not overstating the case how nearly flawless Hawaii was. And that they would have to be that good in order to beat a quality team like BYU so handily. Colton Cal, his long career finally comes to an end. What's next in store? What a performance he had. Wonderful performance in a losing effort in 2019, and now he goes back to Maui. Not a bad place to go home to. Goes back to Maui with a national championship trophy.
Future in volleyball for that young man.
Absolutely. Superbly talented, smart young man. A lot of Hawaii fans made a very long trip. 6-hour time change, so it's about now getting up on 3:51 in the afternoon in Honolulu, and the celebration is on. I did an interview yesterday on ESPN Radio in Honolulu. There was a lot of anticipation for this contest. Everybody over in the islands, some of the most knowledgeable fans anywhere, and some of the most rabid fans, and they have great respect for BYU. They really expected a real battle, and it was not.
They love the game. They love these young men. They treat them like heroes. The return will be that of a victorious squad in an Olympics, returning to Croatia or returning to another small country where they win an Olympic medal. This is very much like that for the islands of Hawaii. This will be celebrated for a long time and remembered forever.
Well, there is the moment. Two outstanding teams battling for the ultimate prize in NCAA men's college volleyball. And Hawaii will be taking it back to the islands, and they left no doubt whatsoever. 3-0 over BYU. We'll be back to talk to the tournament MVP, Rado Karapunov, after this short timeout. Quickly, a look back at some highlights, Kevin Barnett, from the decisive and final third set.
Yeah, the highlights are coming all on the Hawaii side. Even from the very beginning, we thought BYU might be able to get back on track with their reception, but early on, it was more tough serving from UH that set the tone, and they could do whatever they wanted. There was no wrong for them in this match. And that was the final point. Pat Gassman getting it. There were 3 of those guys, 3 of those extra time guys, seniors in the front row. Pat Gassman closes it for UH.
And the banner, the final banner, because there's only one space, goes up for the University of Hawaii. Tremendous performance, dominant performance from start to finish. Rado Karapunov Doesn't want to miss this. He's in with his teammates right now to make sure they get this final team photograph, but you see the scoring line. Again, Hawaii 381, 10 aces on the night. They just controlled BYU in every phase of the game, particularly serve and receive.
We mentioned it during the match. This wasn't a case of a team with self-inflicted wounds.
Right.
This was a case of a team inflicting wounds on their opponent early, consistently, and throughout the match. That is what this UH squad did. They took this championship.
Absolutely. Took it in every sense of the word, every phase of the game. Gabby Garcia Fernandez closes out his remarkable career with 12 kills on 28 swings. Those numbers tell the entire story. Just a wonderful performance in every phase of the game. Controlled, if not dominated, by Hawaii.
10 aces in 3 sets.
Yep.
Done.
And only 2 for BYU. And as we talked about, look at the receivers. And Chaz Galloway was tremendous. Gage Worsley, one of the top liberos in the last decade, at least for Hawaii. And then the other receiver as well, just doing a wonderful job, Colton Cal.
We said coming into this match, it was about the serve and pass. It proved true. It's not a complicated game in many cases.
Joining us now down courtside after taking a much desired photograph with his teammates, Rado Paraponov. Rado, first of all, congratulations, wonderful performance. Talk to us about the matchup against BYU. Did you expect it to be this dominant a performance over such a quality opponent?
I wouldn't say it was a dominant performance. I would say those teams are on extremely high level, and the volleyball that's always on the court is just unmatchable. We studied them very well. We changed everything that we've been doing over the season so we can compete. We know that they analyze us, we analyze them, and we just gave them the respect. I think that's why the biggest reason that we end up winners is because we respected that team over the years. We knew that if we don't play better than our best, they'll beat us. Huge respect to Gabi, Davide, Philip, all the senior, Will. Yeah.
Rado, your last 2 matches not statistically up to your standard. Coming into this match, where was your mindset in getting your offense going?
Do you see that?
What was different?
Do you see that? I think that's my answer. Let me tell you one thing. Whoever thinks about the stats doesn't get that one right here. It's about the heart. It's about your teammates. It's about doing your best. It's never about the stats. It's about this right here. I lost it once. Second time, thankfully, I got it.
Rado, we talked an awful lot about how tight your team was and how well a young player like Chaz Galloway played throughout the course of this match, and also the other receivers in Worsley and Colton Cal. How important was their performance to how smooth you played tonight?
Everybody just came in on their best. I mean, our outside, Chaz and Colton, congratulations. BYU have one of the strongest serves in the country, maybe the strongest. So we knew that in order to beat them, we had to win the serve-receive game. That was our focus there, and I think we executed on maximum level.
Why is this team so close, Rado? We were talking to Colton, and he said that this team is closer than any group that he's had before.
Because I think it's a combination of people that have been here for way too long, 5, 6 years, and youngsters that will be like the future. I mean, the experience and then the young blood they have. I think it's amazing because, first of all, we lost one already. We know what the feeling is, and we told them.
If you don't like each other by now, after you've been together for 5 or 6 years, you got a problem. Rado, I know you're going back to Bulgaria on Monday. This is going to be a pretty nice send-off. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As a national champion. Tremendous performance by you and all of your teammates as well.
Thank you.
More volleyball coming your way tomorrow, ESPN2 at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific. Over on ESPN2, we'll have the NCAA Beach Volleyball National Championship match from Gulf Shores, Alabama, and you can always watch streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. USC in the finals, they'll take on the winner of LMU or UCLA. Kevin, your final thoughts?
A dominant performance by the team that was ranked at the #1 spot despite a semifinal blip. It might have been the best thing for them. Get that out of the way. Came to this event and dominated through 6 sets. They took the championship. They're every bit deserving of the title of national champions.
Hawaii was on fire all night long from the very start. They win it 3-0 and are going back to Hawaii as national champions. For our entire ESPN crew, my partner Kevin Barnett, I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks so much for watching. Hawaii are the champs.